never puts it down. 'Cause the sun's been looking pretty bright these days. I think whether or not it feels like a magical journey to find yourself, or it was rough the whole way down the road, I think everybody comes to terms with themselves and their own energy and their own power at some point in their life. And we all have to be ready to recognize our place and our physical being, the things that we do and say, and the space that we take up, and how that might affect the people around us, and how that it affects us, and how we create our little slice of life, and what we choose to do with it. And I hear that in my head a lot. She holds the sky. And I hope she never puts it down, because the sun's been looking pretty bright these days. And I just love the metaphor and understanding that we are the creator of our own happiness and dread and grief and sadness all the same. And while there are things in life we can't control, the one thing we do have control over is what we do and the actions that we take towards our goals and our own happiness and our stability and growth and empathy. And I think a lot of people have been coerced to treat their incapabilities with a mindset of believing that if you just deny it and run away, that it will not exist. The things that you don't agree with that you do, or the things that might hurt others that you can't own up to, or the ways that you don't show up for yourself, could all just go away if I just ignore it, if I just pretend that's not true. But from the great words of Dochi, denial is a river, babe. And you're coasting down it, and it ends at one point or another. And then you'll be stuck to your own devices, facing all of those things at once, when you could just decide that instead of pretending that everything's okay, you can buck up, cowboy, and decide that it's okay that things are not okay. Because the one thing that makes it okay is that it can change, and that I can change it, and that I am never stuck anywhere that I don't want to be. And there's millions of different places and people and feelings in this world that I can go out and find. I don't like where I'm at. And I think something that maybe a lot of people know but don't practice is is the art of seeing yourself for how you truly are, so that you can fix those things, and not denying yourself the truth of your being and the truth of your reality, so that you can fix it, because you can't fix it if you can't look at it. You can't wash your wound clean if you can't bear to look at it. And I think we all could work on seeing the damaged, damned, despicable parts of ourselves as a society, and not to shame ourselves and not to judge ourselves, but to understand where we've come from and why we make those decisions, and how to navigate differently next time, so that maybe that boat can make it to the ocean instead of just running down the same old river over and over again. The universe has a beautiful way of holding both disaster and conquest and beauty and disaster again on the other side at the same rate, you know. This life is such a balancing act, and it's so wonderful to witness. And I think the more that we can accept the things that we don't agree with, we don't love, we don't feel good about, the stronger we will be in facing them and managing them. Not getting rid of them, not doing away with the bad things, because that's just not real, but learning to live with them and be okay with when folks don't agree with you, or things don't go your way, or if you feel judged or misunderstood, being okay with it. Because that's just gonna happen. And I'd rather be okay with it and face it for what it is and understand it. The sun, the world has been looking pretty bright these days. And I mean that on a personal level, but I do think that everything happens for a reason. And I think that art is the truest form of hope. And I think if we can keep making art and keep spreading love and not choosing hatred out of spite, out of misdirected energy, and choose to love the things we love instead, things will look up and look a lot different. And on a grander scale, I think everything does have to hit the fan, and we all have to have a tower moment and a big upheaval in order to begin again and see what we've been doing wrong. And I think in the US and in our societies here, we're hitting a wall. And I think it's a good thing, even though a lot of people are at the end end of the stick because of it. And while that's never a good thing, and it's awful that the repercussions of the actions being taken by those who don't even see them or care. We just have to do the best that we can to see those people that are unfortunately facing those repercussions, and do everything we can to change it going forward when we have the chance to, and when we choose to have the people step up that will change it. And I think at this point in time, if you feel like you're politically uneducated or it's not something you're willing to talk about, you're in the wrong. And you need to face that and try to understand why it scares you and what you fear, and learn to grow above that and rise above blissful ignorance. Because it's real. This is real life, and people are getting hurt because of greedy people. And I'm ready to hear some people talk about it. Some artists, the people who hold hope, the people who are supposed to be activists. Where are you? I'm here. I'm trying to be here. And I want to see other people try that have a platform and have a voice. Everything is important. Everything. And I think people should still have outlets and still have things that bring them joy and don't remind them of the pain of our circumstances. But on the other hand, I think accepting what is happening and accepting it for what it really is, and deciding, truly being the one to decide that we can change it, and not just giving in and giving up and being a nihilist about all of the issues we've been going through. We have to be the ones to hold the vision. Because to get through hell, the only way is to just keep on going and get to the other side. I'm getting there. The road is rough. But it's always bound to happen. When you choose to not look at something, you choose to ignore it and not face it, this is what happens. You hit the fan and you hit it really hard. It doesn't just go away. Energy can never be created or destroyed. It just mutates, transforms into another. So take your anger and turn it into something beautiful. Take that pain passion, into a person, into whatever you're into. The sun's just gone down over the horizon. And tomorrow's a new day to try again, everyone. It's another day to decide for yourself that